think we want to do a little bit of an update on where things are going with construction. We're now in 2022. It's the final stretch for both of these projects. And despite a very challenging last couple of years, an unprecedented global pandemic, 2022 was a pretty big year for both Coastal GasLink and LNG Canada. I'm really curious, are there specific moments or achievements that you're both really proud of? Let's start with Bevin.
Sure. The last, 2022 was a big year, and this event in and of itself is a testament to the resilience of the sector being able to come together. And really honored to be here with Jason and the LNG Canada team. This last year, it felt like I've spent more time with LNG Canada's team members than some of my own team members, which has been great. Through the balance of COVID, you saw through the video us developing a pipeline through effectively 2 mountain ranges and some of the most complex territory across anywhere in the world, and through communities across that 670 kilometers of right-of-way. And the things that I remember most about the last year in particular all surround people. So whether they be the team members, my own team members, the team members of our customers at LNG Canada, the communities, the Indigenous communities that we've been working with, all of those moments and coming out of the back end of the pandemic and to have accomplished completing 80% of the project in that environment through those challenges and what was likely the most busy construction season Canada has witnessed on record in terms of the pipeline industry, with nearly 18,000 workers, and the vast majority of those in the province of British Columbia in terms of the resource space. The single most important memory that I have or accomplishment was being at our option signing ceremony in March in Vancouver with the 16 First Nations that have signed an equity option agreement. And it's a world-class project, but now a first-in-kind project that has brought our nations that are working alongside us to be equity owners, to have the option to be equity owners in this project that will be around for the next decades to come. So that was the single best moment.
It's no exaggeration to say it was a pretty big deal when it got signed, and I'm pretty excited to see what comes next. Jason, how about you? What's really been sticking out to you as a highlight the last couple of years?
Well, so I only took over as CEO of LNG Canada last April, so the whole year was a big highlight for me. When I look back at our site in Kitimat, at the beginning of last year, it was the culmination of years of site preparation and piling and moving rivers and moving fish and honoring all of our commitments. And at the beginning of 2022, we started to see 1 or 2 of these big modules arrive by ship. And it was such a big deal in Kitimat when these ships rolled in. And I think the big accomplishment is that now when a ship rolls in with a 50-meter tall module that weighs 9,000 tons, it's just another Wednesday. And it happens so routinely that we've really become used to it. So our plant has risen from the ground in the last year. We finished our materials offloading facility. We've almost finished our berth. We made really good progress on our tank, all the modules. We took occupancy of our administration buildings where our staff will run this plant for the next 40 years. And overall, we're at 75% complete overall, so really good progress last year. That was a big one. This year is going to be another big year. And right now, there in Kitimat, we have more than 5,000, closer to 6,000 Canadians working at our site in Kitimat, and that's just us. That doesn't include the thousands supporting Bevin and Coastal GasLink, and we're really proud of that. And similarly, what we've done with First Nations in and around Kitimat and Terrace has been phenomenal, and I've learned so much from them. But we're really excited. And one area that Coastal GasLink and LNG Canada work together on is not just our 2 projects, but we're both supporting the Cedar project, which will share the Coastal GasLink pipeline capacity and support the Heisler-led Cedar project, which will just be around the corner from us there in the Douglas Channel. and just seeing those relationships blossom, seeing the jobs and the economic opportunity has been really exciting.